If you're looking for a six-figure online marketer's blueprint, I'm going to show you the exact process I go through in order to open the blueprints, to open the pages, to open the steps that six-figure earners are taking today and really taking them. I'm not talking about something that people tell you that they're doing and then they're hiding what they're really doing on the back end. We get to look over the shoulders of these six-figure marketers. So I'll show you that process. I'm going to pretty much tell you a little bit of my backstory with this company. Then I'm going to tell you some things I believe is important, because regardless if you learned how to market online or not, regardless if you learn how to build a six-figure income, usually that income doesn't last if you don't have a reputable company. So I'll go over that a little bit. Then I'm going to dive into this formula that I believe really helped me get success and transform things online. So I'll go over that formula, and finally I'll show you how you can get access to six-figure blueprints, step-by-step training, so that you can actually start winning online. So just a little bit of my backstory. Before I got started online, I actually jumped into the industry not knowing much about anything whatsoever, not having a discipline, not having the skills, not even having the knowledge to know what I should be striving towards in the online marketing industry. And I actually did a lot of stuff offline as well, with offline marketing, network marketing, and things like that. And it was no different than when I actually transitioned to online marketing. I was failing in every single thing that I touched. I could not make a single sale in a whole freaking decade. And that sounds crazy to me even today. And a lot of people are like taken back at that. But the reality is, it's because I didn't first have the awareness that there were certain things that needed to be taking place. There were certain things that I needed to do. I had the thinking, and the crazy thing is, it's not crazy, but the thing is that a lot of people think like this today. And sometimes I feel like, oh, we should be past this stage in our business because it's 2025. The reality is, today in 2025, some people are starting off exactly where I was when I first got started online. So the first thing that I didn't know I needed was that awareness that I needed to do something different. So my thinking was, if I have a website and I have a product that I think people should love, and it makes sense to get paid for the things that you purchase or offer to other people, it makes sense to get that commission. It sounds good to me. It sounds like a grand idea. It sounds like, hey, if I want a life of freedom, just get a website and tell people about it and you'll be good. But the reality is that you have to learn how to market online, because your ideas, no matter how good they sound, the things that you think people should be into, most likely, if you don't know how to market, you'll be talking to the wrong people. Not everyone is going to want this type of lifestyle. And so I was literally, I would say, unaware to the fact that I was going nowhere fast until I started learning other information I'm going to cover here shortly. It really opened my eyes to change what I was doing online and to really intentionally work towards these specific key areas I'm going to talk about when I cover the formula. So when I started learning that I was supposed to do things like have a marketing strategy, right, and work online on a consistent basis, and that nothing was going to fall into my lap, I started to attract the people, the resources, the training that I needed in order to start getting results. So I literally went from not getting any results in a decade and over a decade, or very little results, to consistently signing up people into my business using platforms like YouTube and Facebook. And to be honest, it was like night and day. It still feels like a whole different person that was playing on the internet, playing online, playing offline back in the day than what I am today. The reality is that most people that are like me, meaning they started off exactly in the same exact mindset I was in, a lot of those people do not get out of that mindset. They don't shift into awareness. And hopefully my message reach 1, 2, 3, or maybe more people that may be at that level. And you may not be at that level. You may know that there's things that you need to do in the business. But when I started going through the process, I started to learn why some things weren't lasting, even if it wasn't my fault. If I had learned how to make six figures online, I would have to start over and over and over again. Then I also learned that it's an exact formula that you can tap into regardless of what company you're in, regardless of who you're studying with. You can tap into this formula and start getting results. So I'm just going to head on over to this first piece. And anything that I teach and talk about is most likely because of the things that I've been through. And I want to use this experience to help you get through the hoops that you may be having to jump through right now, or help you get through to the next stage. So one of the things that you want to focus on is the company's longevity potential. So most of you watching this are probably reselling someone else's product, whether it be MLM, affiliate marketing, direct sales, and things like that. So you're selling someone else's property, their product, and one of the key things to building six figures in this thing right here. And I want to say that for those who are trying to make six figures online right now, what you don't want is the company to go down while you're a quarter away there, a halfway there, or almost there. You want this company to keep going. And so it's important. It's not the end all be all formula. I'll be going over the formula here in a second. The company's longevity potential is crucial, because if you start building a company and let's say you are halfway there to making six figures online and the company goes down, you're going to have to pretty much start over in order to start getting that income back, right? And then a lot of times for a lot of people, this cycle never ends. I've seen it. I've been online for a long time, and I've seen a lot of people go through this cycle over and over again, almost like it's in a insanity level to where it doesn't stop. And I do understand that some companies go down for unforeseen circumstances, but a lot of this stuff can be prevented if you just take the time to look at your company. So we're going to talk about the model a little bit. And the model is basically, I heard a lot of people say, oh, I like this model, I like that model. Instead of talking about a model that you like, whether it be some type of force matrix or anything like that, talk about a model that makes sense. So to me, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of MLM companies, and I do know that model can work for people if they wanted to, but a lot of people online are not the type of people that can just mass recruit and grow a team and influence people, because that's what it takes to build a large team in network marketing. And I can go on and on about the network marketing model, but you want it to make sense to where if you're putting your hard work towards that model, you're going to get paid at the end of the day. And it's going to make sense. So an example for an MLM company is a lot of times I see people say, oh, we have 6 ways to get paid. Well, 6 ways to get paid. Maybe when I get started, maybe 3 of those ways I don't even qualify for because I'm not at whatever level they want me to be at. And maybe another level, the first direct level, I get paid maybe a $20 fast start. But that next month, I'm not building a residual income because I got my fast start already. But now I'm only getting $2 or 50 cents in some cases for the people that I brought in. And so $2.50 and things like that is going to take you forever to build an income. Like this model may be okay for people who are like, hey, I'm going to go out there and crush it again and build another 6-figure company fast. But if that ain't you, and if you're struggling online, you might want to look at the model. I prefer affiliate marketing. I prefer 1 tier level, meaning it's not a multi-level marketing tier, but I do 2 and 3 tier affiliate marketing levels as well. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's just been hard to find really true good models that are 2 and 3 tier that I would want to stick with. So it's not the only thing I look at. So it might have a 2 or 3 tier that I like, but it's some other area that knocks them out of the game for me, and I don't want to promote for that company. So the product to me is huge, because you want to make sure that there's a product that is full of quality that people want to like and keep, or they want to keep it. You want to make sure that it's a product that you are proud of. And the reason why is because if I had a product that I was selling, let's say I sold 50 of these products each month, if people aren't happy about this product for whatever reason, maybe it doesn't do what it says it was going to do, maybe it's half done, right? Whatever that reason is, they're going to drop it that next month, and then I'll be starting over to get 50 new sales. And a lot of people might say, oh, I have a lot of people that have a large audience. If you have a large audience, you have no problem getting 50 signups per month. What you're doing is really ruining your business on the back end. You might not see it up front, but as you're selling a jinky product, people are going to remember, and it's going to be a lot harder to get someone to sign up for the next best thing that you find, because they're going to know that you burnt them for the last product. I have one guy that I bought from online, and we were connected for a while, and I said, let me go ahead and try out this product. It ended up being so bad that I know I will never ever buy a single thing from this guy again, because he was just selling janky stuff that was out there on the internet, giving false promises. You want to make sure that the company is doing things legally. And this is important because even if they're operating to where people are getting paid, people are coming in, people love the system, people are just jumping for joy, it could be that one thing that they're doing wrong on a multi-level company, or those false promises, even if it's a direct company, that can turn the heads of the FTC and come and take that company down instantly. We heard all different types of stories about stuff like this, so this is not new, but you want to make sure that they're doing things in a legal way. Another type of company that I could say that probably breaks this a lot is anything dealing with financial stuff, where they're required to have regulations and things in place as far as for securities and stuff like that. So if they're breaking the law, they're pretty much going to be tapped on the shoulders one day, and their company is going to go down if they don't fix whatever it is that they found. So commissions is important. A lot of people go back and forth on this. I'm a big fan of residual. If you add residual with a one-time offer, that's even better. And a lot of people like one-time offers to where they say things like, oh, you come sign up with this company where you don't have to pay recurring income. You don't have to pay a recurring cost or a recurring fee. And it's cool if your product is trash. I don't want to pay recurring fees for a trash product, but essentially if you're selling something that people can use each and every month and you can add a price tag to it, that's what you want it to be. You want to have a product that people will have to pay for every month. Therefore, you have commissions coming in every month. You have recurring commissions, one-time offer commissions is icing on the cake. But ultimately, you want to make sure you're getting recurring. In addition to that, you want to make sure that it's worth getting. So just because you're getting one-time commissions or recurring commissions doesn't mean it's a great company if they're paying you 20%, right? So you want something that's going to pay you enough money. And then the leadership is something else you want to look at. I would say history repeats itself. If you see companies start up and they have these leaders as the face of their companies, you might want to go look at those leaders, whether they're the owners or not, to see what is it that they've been doing online. Have they had a series of companies that they built and they were gone in 2 to 3 years? Have they had a history of joining fraudulent companies, Ponzi schemes, and things like that? You want to look at the leadership because that might tell you exactly where that company will be headed. And not all of these are one thing that can stand alone. Also, another thing is the longevity. So sometimes I tell people, hey, what's the longevity of the company before you join? You don't want to use this by itself because even the company that I'm with, it was once a day old, right? So it was once a 1 day old company, and someone can look and say, oh, this company doesn't have longevity. It's not going to be around, but it is something you can look at to help you calculate whether or not you're going to make a good decision in an actual program by joining that program. So none of this stands alone, but you utilize all of this stuff to determine whether you should join that company, because whether you build it for a year or 10 years, you're going to be dedicating your time, your life, your resources, your energy into this company, and you want it to be around for the long haul. And I will tell you that I've been doing this for a long time, and it's pretty difficult to find a lot of affiliate companies that check off all of these boxes, as well as MLM companies. To me, even if the MLM company has been around for a while, usually the commissions is a no-go for me. If they're doing everything correct and the right model and they're here for the long run, usually it's the commissions, okay? And I think that's the thing that kills a lot of people. They're sitting there working and they get $50 for signing on 50 people. It's ridiculous. So that could be true for some and not true for most MLM companies, but the message is that they get a low amount of money for the effort and the actual results that they've gotten as far as bringing in customers and new team members. The results are there, but the money isn't, okay? I'm going to go over the success formula next. And this is a formula that I absolutely love that was introduced to me when I was just getting started with this company. And I go over a lot in my content. I won't do a deep dive in it. But ultimately, anything you do online, you could be doing an MLM company, you could be doing your own direct sales company, or you're selling your own products, or you can be reselling a product for someone. But anything that you do, it's going to fall under these 3 categories for you to get to that success mark. And ultimately, if I name anything that you have to do to build a 6-figure business, it's going to fall in one of these 3 categories. I can name a whole bunch of stuff. No matter what I name, it's going to fall under one of these. So that's why I like this formula. And what you can do is start working on all areas of this formula every day. And then eventually you get better and you get more success. So the first one is mindset. That's one that people tend to ignore a lot. And it sucks because it's one of those things when I was in high school, even just going through school period, but even in high school, it's one of those things where you hear people just tell you to read a book, make sure you get good education, get ready to go to college and all that other stuff. And me, it's just like hot air, like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And they don't really have the most powerful benefit of working on your mindset in front of you. And I believe, one, most people don't even know this. Our teachers are even some successful entrepreneurs, they don't really know the true power of mindset. But ultimately, when you work on your mindset, there's things that goes on. Obviously, we fill our head with knowledge that we were able to apply in our business. That's the obvious stuff. Another one is that it's some type of invisible force that starts to go in motion when you start working on your mindset. This is probably woo stuff to some people, but ultimately the mindset, working on the mindset, is almost like a sneaky way to get results in your business, where someone might see what you did for the week or the month and they're like, how did you get those results? Because it doesn't look like your actions equated to the results that you've gotten. And so, not saying you shouldn't do anything in your business, it just helped things move a lot faster, more effortless. And I can't explain it to the point where I'm like, this is the exact process that you're going to go through. But I do know is when you start working on your mindset, whether it be reading books, doing affirmations, visualization, meditation, this stuff is really going to drive you to get to your results faster. Skill set. that's something that we can see more. So a lot of people do tend to work on this, and they do it forever and ever and ever. They ignore the mindset stuff, they ignore the performance stuff, and they get stuck at studying stuff. So I believe a lot of us entrepreneurs, this may be true for you, maybe not, I don't know, but we get excited and we start studying this. And I met somebody when I used to work in the military, I was going to school for like 20 something years for what I have no idea, because they weren't going towards a specific degree, they were just going to college and going to college, right? And so I believe a lot of the entrepreneurs, they just study this skill set and learn how to build this page and learn how to do this, and they learn. And one thing I didn't mention before I started talking about this is that a lot of this stuff is here. I said that no matter what you mentioned that you might have to work on to get results, it's going to fall into one of these areas. And the crazy thing is, none of this can stand alone on its own. You can't just work on your mindset and everything's going to come to success. You're not going to be able to just do mindset and not perform. You're not going to be able to just study on your skills and not perform. You're not going to be able to do the performance without upping your skills and doing your mindset. Your performance is not going to be much of anything because you're not going to have the skill set on what you need to perform on. So none of this can stand alone, nor can you really, I want to say you cannot pair just two. If you do mindset and performance, that might be cool, but you might not have the skill set. But I will say mindset is the most powerful thing to have stand alone. You just have to still go and act and get some training. And the reason why I say that is because with mindset, you can attract the right skills, the resources, the trainers and stuff like that you need, but you still have to act and take training on it and work on it. The mindset, you can do the mindset all you want, and it may push you to perform. It may influence your body to take action, because that's how powerful mindset is. If you keep focusing on the things you need to do, your body will internalize that and you will start performing. So mindset is probably the strongest one, but it's not smart to just work on mindset and nothing else. And it's the same for performance. You could be having the wrong thinking, right? You're doing something, but you're not figuring out why it's not working out. You're getting frustrated, you're pissed off, things don't go your way. It's probably because your mindset is sucking right now. So ultimately, you take your mindset, you add your skill set, and you perform, meaning you take action on the things that you're learning, whether it's what to work on in your mindset, what to work on your skill set. Put that to action. You're going to have times where things are just jacked up. Things didn't go your way. It's a way of life. There's no way of getting around it. But what you want to do is take the best decisions possible based on what you've learned on your journey and apply it. And then when things aren't quite working the way you want it to work, you adjust and you keep going. It's that simple, and just rinse and repeat. So when you get the mindset plus the skill set and you perform on a consistent basis, then that gets you to the success. And it's not a blanket success. It's not everybody's success level has a gestation period. And what you can do to help that gestation period move as fast as possible is focus on your mindset, add your skill set, and perform, and do it repeatedly over and over and over again. And that's the fastest way. You can speed up that gestation process, but there will be a gestation process in order for you to get to that success formula. Now, one thing I will say with all of this that I believe in, sometimes I try to get it out of my head as to how can I really explain this to people and they not go out there and get the wrong stuff, right? Meaning, I just told you, you go get the mindset, you go get the skill set, and you can perform towards getting success. But there are a lot of people who may choose the not so great avenue. And I feel blessed that I have the platform that I have now. But sometimes, even when you're doing the best that you can do, as far as mindset, as far as trying to study, as far as applying what someone above you is telling you to apply, sometimes that still isn't enough, because the system was never there for you in the first place, whether it be that the person didn't have your best interests or you ignored a lot of this. I will say that. So if you go through this and start making an educated decision as to whether or not that process that you're about to take is going to be something that you should invest in, you'll probably have a better chance when you start to apply this. So as much as I love this formula, put this second, because like I said, if you're working on all of this, but the company has bad leadership and you didn't even think to check up on that person's history, what they've been doing, what they've been accused of, how many companies did they fraud out of money. Some of these leaders literally have the FTC on their behinds right now, and they're still selling online, and people are buying because they're not doing their due diligence. You may look at a product and want to see, are people buying these products, or are they like, this product suck? You had it for 1 month and I can't believe they're selling this, right? I can't believe they're getting away with such a janky product. And so that is probably one of the biggest protection that you can give yourself. But ultimately, I like to introduce people to what I use in my business to help me. Now, this company that I've been with for 8 years now, going on 9 years. I've used this to resell their products. I've used this a little bit to resell my own products. I'm not a huge fan of creating my own products right now because I just don't have the energy for it. I don't want to do it right now. And I like the idea of affiliate marketing because a lot of the stuff is already created for me. Whereas if I started my own products around this niche, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I will be one mad chick over here because it's just so much. So this community, we all pretty much help each other in this community develop a product that is almost priceless. I call this the university online. So if you want to learn how to market your own business online, you can do that. If you want to market another affiliate program, an MLM company that you believe in, you can do that with this product. So this is the Home Business Academy. And so the blueprint for me is also, if we go back to that skill set, you need to learn the things that you need to be able to do online in order to get your success, your leads, your sales, things like that. So the blueprint for me is this product here is called Premium Traffic and Conversions. And all this is step-by-step training. And I say step-by-step training because that step-by-step part is important. I've been through training programs where they just talk to you and give you hot air, but you can't actually apply it. So for this, I would say once you come in, you want to find out what marketing strategy it is that you want to focus on. Focus is a huge part of this. But you want to see what program or strategy you want to focus on. So my favorite is the Facebook, simple, free, unlimited leads with Facebook. And another favorite is YouTube ranking. Those are my two favorites that I focus on. And I also recommend it for most marketers. So you know, there's other things like you have short form videos and stuff like that. But my two favorite are the ones I just told you about. And I'm able to go in there. Let me just go ahead and click on YouTube ranking because this is a good example. I'm able to go in here and watch. I have 15 videos that's going to take me step by step. By the time you finish this training, you're going to understand YouTube marketing. You're going to be able to apply YouTube marketing. You're going to have the foundation of your channel set up correctly, because I always tell people, you go through this, you do the steps as you're going through. Nobody wants to do 15 videos twice. But if you have to, go ahead and go through it. But about time you go through here and get it done, you'll have everything you need to know about YouTube marketing and to get results. And I've been through trainings where for a year, I'm listening to somebody tell me about the things I can do on YouTube. I'm not getting any results. And I'm like, what is going on? And when I step into this training, I get results within a few weeks of doing this training. It's because they're no kidding giving you step-by-step results. And everything that the 6-figure marketers, 7-figure marketers as well, everything that they teach you in here in Premium, it will never cost you more just to learn the stuff here in Premium. So that is how I get my training. But again, it's like a university because I go here to my bonuses. Oh, this is not the bonus area, but get sales conversions. This is a gold mine. I go to the high value bonus areas. This is a gold mine. I go to another bonus area. I can't show you right now, but that's a gold mine. I go to the affiliate stuff where a lot of people get a bunch of training for free as bonuses. That's a gold mine. I show up to the actual fast start training on Saturdays. That's a gold mine. Traffic and conversions training Monday through Friday. That's a gold mine. It's a university here. You have the communities as well. And then I'm also going to show you another platform that you can utilize, like a Netflix for business. So I don't know if you ever, I can't remember one thing I subscribed to. I need to go watch some trainings, but I subscribed to it. And what appealed to me is being able to cut on a TV and dive into something that's worth watching, something I can learn, something I can apply in my business. And it was a couple things that I noticed about that platform. One is very generic to the business owner. So affiliate marketers, internet marketers don't need everything that traditional brick and mortar businesses use as far as training. Not only was it very specific, it was very broad, but it also tapped outside of the internet marketing, business, entrepreneurship realm, meaning only a small fraction of that training was even going to apply to me in the first place. Yet it's a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription that I had to pay for, right? So Masterclass, I think is the name of it. So if you ever subscribe to Masterclass, it's only going to be a tiny fraction of stuff that can apply to you. Here inside our Freedom Accelerator network, I am able to go ahead and watch a training, and I can come down here like a channel. And this is just going to get huge over time. The value is just going to be golden over time, because every day, Monday through Friday, they are actually publishing little pieces of content, consumable content that you can get access to and watch, right? and it actually helps you in your business. You can apply it to your business today. You can have the aha moment today. You can start tweaking your business today. So most of this stuff in business is really simple. And the truth is, once you get the basics, foundational stuff down, all you have to do is work on little things here and there to increase your results. And so this platform is going to help you increase your results. It's going to help you connect some things that might actually be missing, that maybe you didn't connect the dots or something, right? So I really love this training. You'll be able to go in there and tap into the brains of 6 and 7 figure earners. We have all verified 6 figure earners inside of the system. So you'll be able to go through here, whether they're learning AI, how to work AI in their business so that you can also do it, or whether they're giving you the basic foundational principles that they use in their business that's working for them, is going to be in here for you to utilize. I absolutely love it. But I'm going to show you how to get access to the Home Business Academy system if you want to get access to it, to at least get more information at the minimum. There's a link at the top of the description of this video that you can click on, and you can put your name and email. It'll send you over a video, and I highly recommend that you take us up for our affiliate program, the all-in-one package, because that is the most cost-efficient package that you can take today. If you want to get access to the Freedom Accelerator Network, you want to just get all of the products so you can go through the videos, make sure the products resonate with you. You have 3 days to cancel should this not be for you, in the case that it's not for you. But ultimately, you have to get all of the products in order to get that Netflix type platform. But you'll get access to this. We'll send you step-by-step videos on how to get started, how to dive into our community, and come join us on some of these coaching calls and get your business up and running. Hopefully you got a lot of value from this video. And if you're on my email list, you're watching my email list, go ahead and get started. I'm pretty sure I provided some links for you in my email to get started, and I will see you on the top. Peace.